Hello everyone, Grandpa Hickory. Welcome to my video. I am through with Walmart's. I went to Walmart's this morning. I had to go get a few things, and I buy the tuna fish and water for my cats, and they've gone up to $2.38 a can. Can you believe that? It cost me $16.66 just to get 7 cans of tuna fish to feed my cats. Well, I went up to the checkout, the self-serve, and this guy was there. He's kind of a short, fat guy, and he's kind of mentally challenged. And I always say, good morning to you. I talk to everybody. I'm a very friendly person. And I said, good morning. He didn't say one word. He just stood there. Well, I walked over there to start checking out, and I tried to get the sacks. You know how you have to pull them open? Well, they were all tangled up. Every one of them were. And I looked at all the registers, and every one of them, evidently, he had done that to them. And I asked him, I said, sir, can you help me with this? I can't get a package to put my cans in. He says, I use my fingers. And turned around, walked way over to a register, way over from me, way across, and undid one bag, and then went over there and just stood there. And I said, you know what? I said, I will never ask you to help me again. And I said, in addition to that, I'll never say good morning to you. I said, I've always been nice to you. But I said, I did my checking out, got my receipt, and I turned around, walked over to a lady, and I told him again, I said, hey, I will never say good morning to you again. And I said, I've always been nice to you. Always. And I walked on off because I refused to have his spirit jump on me of being angry and mad. I'm not going to do it. But I told that lady going out the door, I said, hey, that guy back over there wouldn't help me at all. That guy needs to be fired. Because, you can tell when people are totally unhappy with their job. And, people staying in a job that they're miserable in, that they don't want to stay in, they're miserable, and they want to make it miserable on everybody that comes in. And Walmart's, their prices are way too high. Ever since the Democrats stole the election like they did in 2020, everything has been going up. And Walmart's has not stopped going up on their prices every week, even though Donald Trump's been elected, and everything's going to be stopping and changing. But he can't just flip a switch and change everything instantly. Everybody wants everything gone away that the Democrats have done to us for years, but it's going to take a while to unravel all the laws and increase in prices like they've caused all across America. When they killed John Fitzgerald Kennedy back in those days, before they killed Kennedy, you could buy a brand new, solid, American-made, solid steel, American-made pickup for $857. I know, my dad, we went looking at them. Not from me, from my dad. I was just a lad of a boy. But I remember all the prices. You could go to a grocery store, and you could get a dozen cans of tuna for $1. You could go to a Safeway, or an A&P, or an Affiliated Foods, or a Minyards, and they had them on sale, 12 for $1. You could also buy a dozen bars of that soap. I can't remember the name of it, and it was $1. And people, this is ridiculous to where we are. But the moment that they killed John Fitzgerald Kennedy, starting in 1964, you can go back and check it out. The prices started going up immediately. They took prayer out of school and brought sodomy in. They started forced busing. They destroyed our education in the United States of America. And, well, people, I could just go on, but I'm not. But you have a good day. I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to go to, we have a store called H-E-B here, and I think I'll just start going to them. They're super nice people, and they appreciate you coming and shopping there, and they thank you for shopping there. They meet you at the door. When you're leaving, they say, thanks for coming by. You have a good day. And I like good people, and I like being around good people. Well, hey, you have a good day, and see you on the next video. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory.